Hey guys, it's Coach Tim, Spider Cave Studios, Torrance, California. I wanted to show you something really interesting. And if you do social media, you probably are wasting your time, which why most people end up giving up if they're businessy, unless they, try to turn themselves into an influencer and play that whole shtick. But if you're a business and you're kind of into doing social media so that you actually benefit your business for the brand and all that, if you agree with me, if you're following this, you probably do, is that SEO trumps everything else, and everything else should serve your SEO. So when I say your SEO, everything, every document that you have is something that could be SEO, but it should funnel to um, your two most important entities. That is your website and your Google My Business, as I explain in this article. And actually, the way that I'm serving this is beyond just my name recognition through this website called Alignable, but also I have a link that I demonstrate here that goes to my Google My Business, which is my brand, which, like it or not, understand it or not, just trust me, helps your organic listings, okay? And it can get your listings up at the top here. And I go into this in the article, which I will go ahead and link. But my point here is that at the bottom of this article, so I was asked, excuse me, let me go to the back to the beginning. I was asked, and you're reminded often on Alignable that somebody wrote something that a question that perhaps you might be able to answer. So I went ahead and thought, well, this is an easy one. This will flow real fast. I could write this quickly, and I could also do do a video maybe even afterwards, which is what I'm doing. So what you'll see here is they give you a chance to share, and what pops up is Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. So I went ahead and did that. So at each of those sites, which are indexable, by the way, LinkedIn I haven't checked in a while, but they're indexable. In other words, they're in Google. In other words, a link back to this article is a link that will count. So what did I just do? I created a funnel from those links, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, etc., back to this article. Now, I also wanted to check, is this article, not this article because it wouldn't have been indexed so fast, but is stuff in this forum being indexed? So this is how I checked it. Okay, sorry for the cheesy couple picture in the background. So this is how I checked it. Site colon whatever. So there it is. It's site colon. Oh wait, I didn't do it. I'm sorry. Site. Oh. So as you can see, the site colon alignable torrents.ca, and then forum, and then next to that I put just answer to see if I can get an answer to come up. And here's uh, Davis's answer to how do you find, and there's some other answers. So it's telling me that these articles are uh, getting spidered and they're getting indexed, so that perhaps a link, and I didn't bother to look to see if it's no followed or not. If it's followed, that's bonus, but no follow still is okay because it's still going to pass on the authority. And I just stacked a bunch of authority into this article from my brand. Okay, that's also big. So I've attached the authority of all this to my brand, which is important. So let's go back. Uh, and let's look at site colon, and these are my these are where on Spider Juice where my articles are, right? It lists the one we just looked at. So that is getting indexed. So it's sort of a big deal, right? And guess what? Google recognizes that this is tied to my Google My Business, right? There's my Google My Business. I think it's only showing it because I'm signed in, but it doesn't matter. And on Google My Business, where's that link to? Bingo, my website. So let's go here to the Spider Juice Technologies. And at the bottom is my answers. Okay. So even so, these, uh, uh, the one I just answered, it goes over to the article, right? And okay, sorry about that. It goes over to this article, which is what I linked to from the other sites. Now, for bonus, I'm going to stick this in a web indexer. These links. Now, I don't know how that comes when I just unplugged everything. That's bizarre, isn't it? Um, and so these have been linked, okay, and then they'll go into an indexer, and so most important in all this is I'm building my authority because most of the stuff I've linked from is from either Tim O'Keefe, which is attached to Spider Juice, as a brand, and then also, of course, the Spider Juice Technologies that this has been linked into, as well as my own power of my own personal profiles, like in Facebook, that does not get indexed. Typically, the profiles inside of the personal profiles, the things you post in there do not get indexed by Google. It's blocked. Uh, I could have looked here at the robots.txt to see if this section is blocked, but I would rather see what is than what's put into robots, because robots blocks Google from going into certain sections. Um, you can see robots in any website. You should have one in yours where it's your url.com/robots.txt. If you don't have it, you're failing hugely at SEO. um, so hopefully this has been helpful for you. It's if you're out there doing this, these sites give you the ability to share, and certainly you should share. Now this is also going to go hand picked into my Google My Business. This so it'll be a reciprocal link essentially to myself. Okay, and then I'll share that out. And so you're just, it's sort of like an incestuous love affair with a bunch of sites of themselves and of others like themselves. This site is an authority site. Google My Business, an authority site. It's Google. It's the most authoritative. Facebook, etc. Now, one of the things I did, I'm a dork, and I have two business profiles on Alignable. I did the same thing for myself at LinkedIn years ago, and then I went and made the same mistake here at, at Alignable. One of the things that I could do is share this link inside of whichever profile it's not on, the Spider Juice 2 profile and the Tim O'Keefe 2 profile, if I wanted to do that. And there is some value that from shares that are that appear to be naturally shared, specifically if they're not the same entity sharing. So if Joe Blow was to share this, then that would be pretty cool, right? And there's a little, you're out of the brand thing. It's still helping your brand, but it's not from your brand. It's from, say, Facebook under Joe Blow and his Joe Blow Inc. widgets or something, and they're sharing it, right? So that would be cool. So those of you that have more than one um, Facebook profile, as an example, go ahead and put it on all of them. Why not? And even the ones that are not indexed. So hopefully, this is helpful. It's again, if you're going to spend time during the day writing, and off of your own blog, then this is what you should do. Now, we do this naturally through our blogs and through our client blogs and content they create, whereby it will go out to the Facebooks and the Twitters and all that stuff automatically. Um, so we don't have to do this. Now, and you could do the same thing. As an example, every time I do an Instagram, it automatically goes over to Twitter as an example, and to Pinterest, I think, or it might be broken. I'm the worst on my own stuff. I would rather spend time on my clients. So, but that's an example of just from within an authority platform to another authority platform on autopilot. Instagram's kind of tough to do autopilot, so I that's one place where I'll place stuff, directly. And I'll probably do a video of how to do that from your laptop, because in my view, doing anything on a cell phone is sophomoric. Somebody the other day asked me, they saw my phone, and it's a fairly large phone. I was surprised, but as you know, the phones keep getting bigger. They got small, then they were starting to go big. And somebody goes, "Oh, that phone's kind of small." I was at a social event, and some younger gal, and I go, I said, "Well, I have another one. It's called a laptop." So, yeah, in fact, I just found out, it was, I mean, I'm not always Johnny on the spot with technology. I just found out that I could put an app inside of Chrome on my laptop that will alert me when I'm getting a phone call, and also, because I'm notorious, I turn my phone off, my cell phone off, when I'm out and about, and uh, and I forget to turn it on when it needs to be on, and so this alerts me. It also alerts me to texts, and it allowed me to text back. I just turned it on last night, and it allowed me to turn it to text my friend back through my laptop. I could type like an adult instead of with my thumbs on my phone, which I have. If you've ever met me, I'm an ex-football player. I'm a pretty large guy, and my thumbs are like giant sausages, so it's kind of hard to type. So I'm trying to find it. It kind of it disappeared from my. Where'd it go? 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 Oh, I would tell you the name if, let me look one more. Oh, it's called Mighty Text. It's for Android. And funny, typical, I go in all proud of myself and I tell my daughter, who's a Mac head, and she's on a MacBook, and or whatever you call it. And I said, "Hey, I figured out how to do it." And she goes, "Oh yeah, I have that already." Not impressed at all. But anyway, I wanted to let you know that this is something that you should do, and it's just make a list out. If you want me to make a list for you, maybe that's something I'll do. Just let me know. But this is some of the stuff that you should be doing to build your own little army of authority all going in. So if you notice what's happening, um, So if this was a client, I don't know if I'll do this on my own, but uh, I'm just did this mostly so I could get a video out of it than doing any marketing. But the next level on this after sharing is to put it in Google My Business and share. And you could just share it from what they're asking you to share, but you can also share it from what they from whatever else you want to share it to. You could do that. I've got a bunch of Facebook pages. I'm just going to do it by hand that I'll put this in. I'm going to put them all into an indexer that I use to get them indexed a little faster than naturally. And if I want to go to the next level, then what I'll do is I'll build pages out on the web with this in it. I'm not sure if this iframes. If I could iframe it, I will. And I can link to those pages. So links to links to links to links. You got it? Probably beyond the average person's uh, ability for scale, but that's just kind of how to finish it out. It's kind of how the story ends. So with that, I appreciate you listening. We've been going 16 minutes. Hopefully, I opened your eyes. And it's Coach Tim out.